need to have a risk assessment. And this is a document that talks about the risk that your company, your business model could be used to launder money or finance terrorism. This is going to be different for every business. And it has to think about the inherent risk. And this is a super confusing concept that people get really emotional about, because the inherent risk is the risk before any controls have been applied. And spoiler alert, if you're a reporting entity, something is going to be high in terms of your inherent risk. The reason that you're regulated for anti-money laundering purposes is that some product or service that you're doing is considered high risk by the regulator. And so you don't want to start off by saying everything across the board is low risk. That is a huge red flag that says that you don't understand your risk. Now, your residual risk, so the risk that exists after you've put your controls in place, after you identify your customers and all of the things that you do in order to manage your risk shouldn't be high at that point. You should have a well-managed residual risk, but it's okay to have things that are high risk in an inherent way. And I think that's really important to understand about the risk assessment and can't be overstated. I think one of the most interesting things that I've seen across the board in risk assessments is that sometimes when I'm looking at it, I'll go onto a webpage and the same thing. I'm looking, okay, are all of the products and services and delivery channels covered? And I'm looking at the risk assessment and it says everything is in person. But you have a website and I can sign up for an account on your website and I can sign up for an account over the phone, and none of these channels are considered and none of these products are considered. So that always has to be part of the conversation. Have your business people involved in that conversation. As a compliance person, as a compliance officer, I think it's incredibly important that you're very deeply embedded in the business, that you know about the business decisions that are happening. And there's a section now called New Technologies and Developments. And the requirement is that when something changes in the business, so we implement a new technology, we implement AI, we implement online applications, whatever it is, I've assessed the risk of that thing and I've put in place controls before it went live. And that before it went live matters in terms of, did you meet your obligation? And that, I think, is a huge change that doesn't really get enough attention in terms of the risk assessment.